I'm Jason, and when I first started coming to the Rock Church about 5 years ago, my girlfriend at the time, Jenny, and we immediately started having a weird feeling about coming to this church and not giving any money because I was a musician. I had been a waiter and lived off tips for years, and I just thought it was wrong to come in here with this level of a production and people working so hard to create this experience that was important to me, and not to put anything in the basket just felt like I was robbing them. So I knew I needed to at least tip. But then I started to hear some of Pastor Kirk's sermons about how if you would give, then the windows of heaven would open up over your life. And I really wanted that to happen for me. So I started to put some money in the basket. You know, Jenny, the financial analyst, she said that I was $5,000 in the hole for the calendar year we were in. And it didn't make any sense at all, the idea that I could put money in the basket when I knew I didn't even have enough to make ends meet. But then that's what Pastor Kirk said, is that it wasn't going to make sense. Because what we're doing when we tap into generosity, it's not a human idea that makes sense. It's God's idea. You have to make a move of faith, which is maybe to give money that you don't think you can afford to give. So I dumped my money in the basket because this is not some kind of like, oh, here's my little bit and let me just put my tiny little thing. I want it to be a celebration. It's an act of worship. And so when I log on and click give on my online, I do it with a sense of authority and power, and I'm thankful for it, and I don't dread it at all. I'm looking forward to the next click of that, because I realize now that that is a key part of the routine that I'm in, that's leading to higher and higher levels of happiness, and it's making me feel excited about being a long-term contributor to the work that God has started at the Rock Church. Once you get into the flow of, I think it was Pastor Suzette who talked about it's like a river. And once you trust and have faith to begin to pour out in a generous way your time and your talent and your money, it's almost as if you're left with an open hand. And then you're in this position where actually you end up getting far more back. And so what you learn through this exchange of generosity is that you're joining up what you have to offer with other people who are also making that move, and it amplifies the effect on people that need it. So you'll begin to live your life out with a different sense of confidence about decisions, about your job, about your own financial life, when you know that you've prioritized generosity and giving. You know, I don't know for a fact that I never would have had some of the ideas I've had I not become more generous and begin to tithe, but I doubt it. And those ideas never came to me before. And so, a wise man said is that you're only one idea away from a higher level of life. And I really believe that some of the ideas I've had that have helped take us to a higher level, that came when the spirit of generosity has been working in our lives as a result of us having faith and being willing to take a chance on putting our money in the basket.